mo tún gbọ́rọ̀ àgbà dé o, ẹ tẹ́ tí ẹ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àgbà bí ó ṣe lówùúrọ̀ bó pẹ́ títí àṣẹ lọ́jọ́ alẹ́. Dúdúdúdúdúdúdú dúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdúdú You are welcome to the real truth of marriage. The real truth of marriage. Those things we have forgotten. Yeah. Like I used to say, the real truth of marriage is about African concept of marriage, not European concept of marriage, and not, I repeat, not American concept of marriage. It is how our fathers were doing it, and things were good and things were right. Our fathers are okay. Our mothers lived fine. Things were all right. But these days, they will get married 6 months, highest 5 years, separate or divorce. So what can we do? How can we make things right? That is why I come out. That is why we must all join our hands together to help those who are coming behind. Let me tell you, I didn't have a good marriage as well. Yeah, things were bad. But despite that, I think it's better for me to let others learn, those coming behind, learn from what I have forgotten, the steps I was supposed to take then, which I did not take. And now that I think is very, very important for me to go on with. You are welcome to the root truth of marriage. On the last episode, we started talking about how we prepare the girl child for marriage and the way Africans handle sex education. They let her know that no man must touch you, not even touching your hand or any part of your body, lest to say that you want to have sex. They give them the importance of virginity, how important virginity is, and the shame behind it if you are disvirgined before you get to your husband's house. All these things is what we discussed in the last episode. So in this episode, we will be now moving forward to look at investigation. Now, before I go to investigation, I met a young girl of about 22, 23, ripe for marriage recently. And I asked her the question, if you've been dating a man and at the end of the day, you make your parents to know about him, and your parents now did their own investigation on this man, whether he is good for you or whatever, and they now tell you that, our daughter, we are sorry, this man is not okay for you to marry you. Will you please move back? Try to get another person. What will you do? She gave me her own answer. And she said, I'm going to make my own investigation. And after my investigation, if it's something we can pray about, then I will go ahead with the marriage and then we continue to pray. It's a good answer. You continue to pray. A máa ń gbọ́njọ Ọlọ́run lọ. Religion, 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 religion. Religion is very good. Can I give you a very good prayer point in the Bible? Jesus went to where? To the Garden of Gethsemane. He prayed, Father, let this cup, let it run over me. And he answered, but let thy will be done. And the will of God is for him to die, and he died. Not his own will, not his own desire. Yes, the guy went on to tell me that in the book of Psalms it says that, let my heartful desire pleases you, O Lord. Your heartful desire. But it is not the desire of God now. Let me tell you what investigation in marriage is all about. If I'm not able to finish in this edition, then we'll continue the next edition. Investigation in marriage. Now, when a young man or a young lady get back to her parents and inform them of finding someone to marry, or maybe we'll go back to our story. Let's speak this way. By the time Baba Adeoye called Adeoye and asked him, did you have someone you are dating? And then he said, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, I have someone. Bowing down his head. Who is that person? Excuse me, Daddy, it is Ashake, sir. Who is Ashake? Ashake is Baba Fagbemi's daughter. Oh, okay. I don't think I know the girl, but I will start my own investigation on her and on the family as well. So I will let you to know about my own findings. Now, the findings start from this very particular level. The very first thing is for the father to know where Fagbemi's grandparents, where they migrated from. To know if, number one, there is nothing in the lineage bringing the two of them together. It's possible. I'm saying this. It's possible. You are likely to marry someone that is from your not too far relation. Yes. Because we are all migrating in this world. Yes, we are all migrating. Probably they might have migrated from the same family, but somehow each family is for about 50 years has gone apart. 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And Baba Adeoye has entered into another family, married there, then migrated to where they are now. Fagbemi too must have along the line married from another place and then settle in the same village with Baba Adeoye. It is possible. And if Ashake, or let me say Fagbemi, is not even living in their village, but is living in another village, they have to go and do the findings. Are we from the same lineage? If the answer is yes, that is the end of the courtship. The dating ends. If they are from the same family. So this is one of the reasons we do investigation. Are we from the same family? Are we related? Before our child or our children start marrying themselves, then we commit sacrilege. We look at how deep related we are. Yes, somehow the whole world is related. Somehow we are all from Adam and Eve, according to the Bible, according to whatever other religions they believe that at least one man and one woman came together some time ago and procreation started, and then we populated the world. And through migration, we moved from town to town and village to village. So today, I may call myself that I'm from Ibadan. And tomorrow I can tell you I'm from Abeokuta. I can tell you that I'm from Ijebuland. We are all the same thing. We are from the same family. That is why I tell people that no village or town is bad. It is the people that are living in that village that are bad. If I misbehave to you, not my town that misbehaved to you. I'm telling you this. But the people, but I as a person, I'm the one that is bad. So that is number one. But again, no, when something reoccurs too much from a very particular tribe, which is the second reason of investigation, they will tell you that don't marry from that tribe. In fact, I had some tribes, they themselves don't actually marry outside their own tribe. They marry themselves. Yeah, they marry themselves. There are some tribes like that. They don't bother to go out to marry. They marry within themselves. So I want you to note this. We have tribes like this. And if they go out to marry, they will still divorce. I will not mention the towns and villages in Yoruba land, but I know this for sure. During my course of investigation about the root of marriage, I came about 2-3 towns in Yoruba land that they do marry themselves. They don't marry outside the town. If they marry outside the town, mostly 90% of marriages outside the town always separate or divorce at the end of the day. So this is another reason of investigation. They will go and ask where the knowledge comes from. 1, 2, the town they are from. Then they will ask, is there any disease? Is this family have a kind of hereditary that they suffer from? If they have this hereditary illness that at a particular age, this sickness or illness will show face. Àwọn àrùn kan bẹ àrùn ìdílé ni. It's very hard to work on this. So when the girls said they are going to pray on it, I was just laughing. Yes, God is wonderful. Yes, the Bible is very, very complete and correct. But God may actually decide from her own. Yes, she may pray it and goes with it, and the thing will not happen in her own family. But in many cases, the thing will still occur. It's a very big spiritual battle. And in some senses, as a carnal body, it's not easy to fight a spiritual warfare. It's not easy. You are a carnal body. and the spirit that is inflicting this on them, how do you want to fight it? So you have to sit down and think deep before you tell me that I will go ahead. Go ahead and do what? And fight spirit? Who are you that you want to fight spirit? Who gave you the power? So that is the second thing. Sickness that are hereditary in the family. They will want to check it. Some may even be madness. At a point in the life of this family, these things used to happen to them. So it's another reason for investigation. So when they conduct this investigation, they will now ask all these questions. Another one, do females or the males in this family, do they have a long marriage record? Let me expatiate on this. Like I said, we can only reduce separation and divorce. We cannot totally eradicate it because there are some families, no matter how, they don't stay long in their husband's house, or women don't stay long with them as a man. Tó bá ti ń gbé ló ń jábọ́, tó bá ti ń gbé ló ń jábọ́, tó bá ti ń gbé ló ń jábọ́, tó bá ti ń gbé ló ń jábọ́. So our grandparents want to ask about all these questions. They want to know, is this family like this? That, if you marry them, ká tó róṣùpá mélòó kan, wọ́n tari ọmọ rẹ̀ ta ni o. If you marry them, ká tó róṣùpá mélòó kan, yóò lọ dálé mosún lé wọn ni o, orò lé wọn ni. These are reasons our parents normally do investigation. Not to just go to their house and see that, bàbá Adéoyè lówó, Adéoyè gan ìlú èbó ló wà, yóò fẹ́ ọmọ wa ní dandan, á ṣètò rẹ̀. Èèyàn bá yé tèrè ní dìmọ́. Ọ̀là ìyá, lọ́mọ mi Àṣàkẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ Adéoyè ní ìsìn tí ń bẹ ń lu ọba, kíákíá lòun náà ṣoríire, àwa náà sì ṣoríire nípasẹ̀ ọmọ wa, ó bá tán. We now end up to trying to make them to marry. But what she's going there to face, we don't know. So they will do all these things. Investigation in marriage is very, very important. You cannot run away from investigation in marriage. You must investigate your marriage. You must investigate the man or the woman you want to marry. Your failure to investigate your marriage is your failure to have a good marriage. And at the end of the day, you will divorce at the last end. Every marriage has its up and down. I agree with you. But there are some that we can somehow dodge it, avert it. Yes, there are some ups and downs that we can run away from. Before you go into marriage, it is with a thorough investigation. It's a serious one. Then, another thing, they do investigate, is how hardworking they are in their family. Are they lazy or they're hardworking? It's not because that they are rich, but they are hardworking. There is difference between riches and working hard. Yes, when you work hard and the Lord bless your work, then you'll be rich. But again, the question is, are they hardworking? It will show in the family if they are hardworking, that they are not lazy bunch. They are not just lay about. No matter the kind of work they do, they want to see if they are very, very hardworking. Yorùbá will say, èmi ò lè fọmọ mi fọ́lẹ̀. Ilé fọmọ mi fọ́lẹ̀. That is the reason Baba Adeoye had already prepared Adeoye's farm for him. Because the investigation will go on to Adeoye. Where is Adeoye's farm that he says he wants to marry? If Adeoye is still going to her father's farm, I tell you, kò sí ní tó jọ, no marriage. The lady's father will reject it and say, no, my daughter cannot marry this person. He's a lazy man. A lazy man cannot get a good wife to marry. So then he will investigate you, know his farm, how small or big his farm is. Bó lóko rẹ̀ ṣe tóbi tó. Bóko rẹ̀ ò bá tó nǹkan kan, wọ́n tún họ. If this farm is too small, they will leave him. They will expect him to have a good farm. Sometimes ago, I was in Mina, and I asked them about their marriage culture. And they told me something that is somehow. This thing is also in the Bible. They told me that for you to marry their daughter, you will work in their farm for 6 years as a man. After the 3rd year, they will give you the right to start living with the woman, with their daughter. She may start bearing children for you, but that does not mean that she's not yet your wife. It doesn't mean that she's your wife. It doesn't mean. So they will tell you that you have to work with them in the father's farm for a solid 6 years. But in these days, they have somehow monetized it. I think 1 year now is about 50,000 naira. When I left, a year now is about 50,000. I was told that if you cannot work, then you pay 300,000 now. And if for those Christians among us who will want to fault me here, Jacob served Laban for 7 years for the first daughter and another 7 years for the second daughter. Don't forget this. So the same thing is happening with the Gwari people in Niger State. They will tell you have to work for them for 6 years. This is your dowry one and shows how hardworking you are. It shows how hardworking you are. So you cannot just marry their daughter. You can't just marry their daughter. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. So this investigation is very, very important. Don't just give your daughter away, madam, daddy. Investigate. Be sure. Now, my daughters, listen carefully. Don't allow love to blind you. Open your eyes. See clearly. Today, it is love, 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 love. By the time you marry, you will see the reality of marriage. The reality of marriage is heavier than marriage. When you enter into reality of marriage, you will know this. So please, when your parents are doing their own investigation, you too do your own. By the time you discover that what your parents are saying is the truth and they ask you to move back, please move back. Ibi tí àgbà bá jókòó sí tó lóun lọ́ọ̀kan bọ́mọdé bá gun orí àpáta kò lè rí nǹkan kan. Ibi tí àgbà bá jókòó sí tó lóun rí nǹkan bọ́mọdé bá gun orí àpáta kò lè rí nǹkan kan. Wherever an elderly man is sitting and is telling you that I can see something far off, you as a small child climb the mountain, climb Kilimanjaro, you cannot see anything. You can't see anything. So please, religion is very good. Islam is good, Christianity is good. But apply your native intelligence before you just get married. I'm begging you, don't just marry. Don't just marry because other people are marrying. Don't just marry because your friends are marrying. No. Please, do proper investigation of the man you want to go into his house. Do proper investigation of the woman you want to bring into your family. Are they barren? Hardly will they have 1 or 2 children in the family. All the women there. Some don't even have. Whether you want to believe this or not, Yoruba believe that barrenness is also hereditary. The father and the mother has only 1 daughter. Their own grandparents, they are the one daughter of their own grandparents before they get married. Same thing applies to their own grandparents too. And you went and married and you need more children. Then it's definitely that at the end of the day, you are going to marry more wives. Take that from me. If I thought you don't want to marry more wives before. Because when the lady has only 1 wife, what do you do? I mean, one child, what do you do? And you need more children. What will you do? You go and marry another girl, another woman. And that is it. So note it that what we all need is this investigation. Investigate thoroughly. Know everything about them. Mix with them. Mix very well with them. Understand them. But please investigate. Until we meet again, my name is Akanji.